Okay, we are live. I need to go get glasses and make sure we got a sound check. So bear with me. Sorry, Della, I need to do a sound check. Watch live. Remember how we did this the last time? Fuck. I always forget. Do you remember how we did this last time?
I'm trying to think.
And it's fucking... What's this called? Guys with Rides? God forbid they'd show it in fucking alphabetical order. Every fucking week it's something. Live now. Well, either I'm not live or...
Can't you search in live?
I'm going to let you work on that because I'm not going to be late again. It's ridiculous. Well, I'm assuming I'm live and I didn't get my glasses. Give me another minute. Okay, best laid plans. It is 10:02. I'm 2 minutes behind. And now we're going to be getting cars. I don't know. Okay, so give me just another minute. I just want to make sure we're live. Of course, the mail person's right here. Okay, it says we're live. There we are. Okay. Okay, it says we're live. There we are. All right. All right. I'm not going to leave that on. I'm not going to leave that on. Okay, well, I can't tell how many people are. All right, I'm on. I'm just going to shut the garage door because I just know if I leave it open, I already had the. Okay, one last thing I need to do is plug in this light so it doesn't go out on me. You got it? How can you, Nance? Okay, there we go. We got plugs. Well, all right. So here I am in the distance. Let me get closer. Here I am a little bit closer. Still working out this camera, but it's not as overexposed. And I know you're getting sound. Nurse Nancy just confirmed that. So we have 3 cameras. This one's my close-up shot to talk to you. I have the bottom left corner is my Insta360 X4. I have that set to just the front lens. And I don't know what just happened there. Oh, and that you just heard was my GoPro. Because it sensed inactivity for a bit. All right, so the GoPro you just heard unbeep. That's going to be the engine close-up. And so between these 3 cameras, you get a good perspective of what's going on in my garage this Saturday. All right, so what have I been up to since last week? Not sure how many people we're going to get. Again, another gorgeous Saturday here in Central Jersey. I'm going to do this for the next hour, and then we're off to the local county fair here, the Hunterdon County Fair. Check that out. It's a nice small fair. Reminds me of, if you're from Western New York, it reminds me of the Pike Fair. I think that's Cattaraugus County. But anyway, fun later on right now. Earlier this week, I've got a couple videos coming up. Hopefully you watched last week's Grime Time. I was working on detailing the Boxster, and I drove that to Brooklyn. That's about 57-mile drive one way from here on Sunday morning. You can catch that video as well as all the cool Porsches that were there in Brooklyn. And then what I'm working on in queue right now is these are the glow plugs from my wife Nurse Nancy's 2015 Audi TDI. It's got 162,000 miles on it. And with her being gone during the middle of the week, it was a good opportunity for me to put those in because before the heat came on, we noticed that, of the summer that is, that was having some cold starting issues. So I'm hoping that alleviates it. But then, fun fact, I found out that car has a timing belt, not a chain. And I am woefully overdue in getting that changed. So parts are on order. And look for that to probably be I'm not going to go live with that one. So Cadillac, if you're following along, my $710 2005 Cadillac, that's my daily driver. I replaced the Cayenne here that I'm about to talk about. And that's running well. The only thing I've noticed with it is it uses about a quart of oil every 700,000 or 800,000, which with the 3.6 liter V6, it doesn't burn. It's not leaking. So if it's burning, it's it's very subtle, but I don't notice it at all. And it gets me back and forth to my activities. I have been lax in driving my Cayenne, and with good reason. If you look at the 950 videos I now have on the channel, soon to be 951 or so, but 2 years ago, almost to the date, I replaced the valve cover gasket on this side of the driver's side of the Cayenne was leaking. The problem with these designs, these engines is, well, a lot of B8 engines for that matter, is that it right above the exhaust manifold. So you don't want to, and I'm overexposed. I see that. I wish I could fix that, folks. But anyway, So now it's time for the passenger side. I've noticed that, if I get out of this light a little bit or get closer to the camera. Sorry, we're getting there. The trouble is when you hook up, this camera, it's a Canon EOS R50. It's a mirrorless camera. I've been very happy with it in the last year or so that I've owned it. However, one of the nuances, Canon, when you plug it in to the computer like I'm running right now, all of the adjustments go out the window. So I'm still struggling with exposure on this camera. So if you can live with that. As you can see, the bottom one, the 360 camera, is a much more realistic thing, as well as the GoPro for that matter. So my apologies for being a little overexposed. Anyway, let's get into it. So my goal here is these are the parts. These are the parts that will go to the valve cover gasket. And let me open this bag. So this string may be difficult to see, but this string goes in the spark plug area of the valve cover. So we're going to set that there for now. This, I believe, is the grommet for the oil fill. That's not located on that side. We'll put that right up there on the fender. And then this is the monster that I need to replace. So, you know, the truck's 19 years old. It's got it's got 212 on it. So, all right. So, first thing I need to do is remove these covers. Now, you'll notice there's one back here. It's supposed to go back here, and that is, if you just give me a minute to adjust things, at the risk of doing that. I want to be able to keep an eye on the camera as I'm doing this, so that's another learning here. I'm going to use a couple blocks and raise this up just ever so slightly. Thank you for being patient with me. Okay. And there we have it. Okay, no comments yet. Please comment. I need to know what people are out there. Anyway, the beauty of this tool setup right here is I've got everything at my disposal. So, like many cars now, these plastic covers, you need to remove them. And so Porsche has, they're like a spring-loaded screw that fits into these things. That's what Thank God that was the GoPro. Thank God that was the GoPro. Okay. Sorry if I made everyone sick there. Nobody's watching. Live TV, folks, and I'm just going to start out by saying this particular tripod is on a very short leash. Okay. Fun fact about these, well, that's the screw. All right. It may be difficult to see, but it has like a cam lock, and that's what you do. And since this is not my first rodeo, I typically buy a supply of these because they do tend to wear out. The trick with this one is on the Cayenne here, this is a Torx screw, and so that's the first thing I need to remove. So probably not going to get very far today on live, but at least you get a sense of where I'm at. And hopefully you can see I've got my tools nicely set up here. Okay. All right. This should remove. Okay. Set this off. And it's killing me that I didn't set up the air conditioning. It's one of those mornings where it's just very humid. All right. And my dyslexia. This is a Torx 15. And I'm going to show it here. A future project is I do have leaking coolant. And it looks like it's this, it's the basket itself. I was worried that the intake is starting to leak again, or the O-rings, but that's not the case. It's the coolant bottle, which is a fairly common problem on these. Unfortunately, don't leave your drawers open in confined spaces. Wish this camera would agree with me on. Anyway, so got a lot of orange there, and I need to work on that. So the game plan here is this is the valve cover. So these are, I believe these two pumps on here are the smog pumps. So I need to, the first step I need to remove is those. This has an isolator bracket. And of course, this side of the air, this is actually the air cleaner here. So the passenger side's a little more difficult, mainly because you have this thing on the side here. So I'm going to get going on removing things to provide the clearance, and we'll go from there. Another thing to note, boy, I'd love to see some comments. I just, if you're out there, tell me. But another thing worth noting on this is a, I forget what they call these. And we may not get very far if I don't have, these are, well, I'm drawing a blank. But these are these specialty sockets. I forget what they're called. That's what happens with live TV. It's the next one down from this, I hope. Otherwise, we aren't getting very far today. And that's the one. So nothing more than I've got to loosen this, move this up, and we'll go from there. This is called an M socket. These are a 3/8 drive, but I need to use my adapter. Okay. And I think there may be a nut on the back of this. Yeah, I feel something turning. Sure enough. Sure enough. Not sure what's on the back side. I'm going to play it by ear here. Well, that's why we have $15 appears to be too big. It's a big old nut, but I'm not sure what size. Oh, it's way bigger than that. I think we might be in 17 millimeter land, actually. There's Nancy's favorite number. Nope, just a bit shy of that. I'm usually pretty good at guessing these, but not when I can't see them. All right, that seems to be the one we can use. All right. So knowing that that will turn, and now I'm starting with this one because I just want to make sure I could get it off before I went anywhere else. Okay, there's the long screw. So we're going to set that off to the side. Actually, we're going to put it, ow. Okay. I have a bunch of things in my magnetic tray. And I like to keep my magnetic tray clean for when I'm doing that. See there? So, one of the other videos I'm currently working on is my top 10 tools I bought at Harbor Freight that I didn't know I needed until I had them. Okay. So, all right. So I think this may just need to be loosened up a bit. Oh boy. Okay. I don't need to remove it, just loosen it. And there you go, Bob's your uncle on that one. All right, next up is the blower here, or I call that the blower. I believe that's the emissions. Love to see somebody in the comments who knows what they're talking about. Tell me what that is. But in the Porsche world, if you're going to start wrenching on a Porsche, a modern Porsche, there's two sets you need to have. These aforementioned M wrenches, and then these T wrenches. I think these are Torx. So yes, you should start out with some Torx screwdrivers, but invariably you're going to need Torx sockets. And that's what we have here, because this thing here uses a Torx socket. Bear with me while I get the right one here. That's a little shy. Uh-oh, I'm worried I don't have the right size. And I know that's not true. Well, now, how did I do this the last time? I guess I used, I'm going to make a liar out of myself. Yeah, well, luckily, tool redundancy was my friend today. Okay. So to get these blower motors off, I call them okay, I'm going to say this one more time. It's a blower motor, I believe this is an emissions device. When the car is cold, it injects air. I'm not sure if it works beyond once the car reaches operating temperature or not. If you know the answer, let me know in the comments. Okay, so there's one. I believe there might be a third one. I could be wrong about that. All right, you can see that's already getting loose. So those two come out, and yeah, maybe hard to see. There is a third one. And luckily everything's in a mood to be changed out. So the symptoms, well, besides, a little bit higher oil consumption, which this thing does not use oil, even at 212,000 miles. So, okay. But at a light, you could smell burning oil. Never a good thing. Okay, now I could... Yeah. It's just easier to take the hose off than to fight this while you're trying to get that valve cover, because there's like two other hoses down there that are going to be a pain. Then I go to take the valve cover off. Okay. And of course, I'm not crazy about with electrical connectors. Well, I'm going to move my tray. I'm going to set that aside for now, because now that I've got those two things out, now you can see we're going to get to the meat. And what I'm talking about is this plastic cover. Very narrowly take that out. And then that exposes a couple of things. Namely the, I forgot I had to take out, I don't think I have to take the plugs out, but I have to take the coil packs out. Okay. So, and Shorty is going to use his step stool. All right, we don't need that right now. Sorry, I'm just having a brain fart right now. Well, so here's a clue. We're getting a little bit of oil on the top, but I think when we get down below, we're going to see. But anyway, this is the next thing that needs to come off. You see, Porsche's using, it'll be difficult to see, but well, there's a good shot of that one right there. There's 4 of those, and the fuel injection ground is right there. So, my next party trick after that is to get, and I may be in trouble with that. I forgot, that's another specialty socket. I forgot how I removed that the last time. Or at least I think it may be. We shall find out here shortly. Yeah, not even close. Is that a 10 millimeter? No. Yeah. So right away, this is the third style. This is an E-style socket. Notice the star on it. That's what I need for these. I forgot I bought these back in the day. Probably bought these when I had to do the driver's side. I just can't remember anything anymore. Too much going on in my head. And sure enough, these four are E12s. So, again, you're going to tip your toes in the deep water of Porsche Cayenne ownership. You need to have these tools. And candidly, all of these I bought at Harbor Freight. Okay. There goes my thing. Yeah, these are not torqued down very hard, almost scarily so. And I'm wondering whether somebody's texting me about the thing or Emily. Can't talk right now, Emily. My daughter is asking me questions about her leather seats. She doesn't know I'm on a live stream, so I will get back to her. Now, what I plan to do is, after I get the video up for the Audi glow plug replacement, I will do a long form video of this because we're already at 10:30 and I don't think we're going to get very far. And I'm sure everybody out here who might be watching wants to see if I actually get it done or not. So there you see. All right, I'm able to pull those out, but I need to take that ground out. Not a bad time. Yeah. Might not be a bad time to clean that ground up when I get it out. All right, next one down from there. So that seems to be some sort of Allen wrench. Hopefully this is the right one. And it is. Oh my God. Probably. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm taking the ground bolt off, and that'll give me access here. Okay, ground bolt in there. It's a cap screw. Okay. So my next party trick is to get these off. Now I've replaced these a couple of years ago. I've already forgotten how long I've owned this thing, but I think it's 7 years now that I've owned this. I bought it with 124,000 on it, and Well, like I said earlier, it now has 212 on it. So it's never stranded me anywhere. It's really, these are a beast. If you've ever seen them off, they've got very good off-road chops, but then they're comfortable on the main road. Okay. My sense is I don't have this one untightened yet, and that's exactly right. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the ground strap back in there. And that was not the smartest move I've ever made. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is why we look. Okay. So this is one of those things. Look at that. 2 different size bolts. Thank you, Porsche. Looks like the smaller ones go in the bottom and the bigger ones go on the top. Now, interesting that it's the same head size, but I digress. And you probably heard that one drop. Oh, that's probably what I should. Okay. Excuse me while I go underneath the truck to get that bolt. This GoPro is on a very short leash. A very, very short leash. It's the second time that's happened today. And, it just wants to turn off. All right, well. Oh, nope. Well, unfortunately, that bolt, I'm having PTSD right now because that bolt dropped down somewhere where I don't see it right now. So I'll have to make a mental note that that's somewhere. Anyway, let's keep pushing forward. This didn't make my top 10, but if you don't have one, get one. It's a couple of bucks. Oh. Okay. Let me show you that. That's magnetic end. I have a couple of these. They're great for finding screws, but I don't see the one I'm looking for. And in the effort of time, I'm not going to waste it. We know it's somewhere in here. So, okay, moving on. So these clips for the coil packs simply snap off like that. While I'm here, this is a twist. This is probably for the PCV. Okay, and there we move that. That gives us access to the coil pack cables. Porsche and their infinite wisdom. That is another, let me see if I can show you, but these coil packs are held on. They're held on with these E screws again. So this is the passenger side bank, and that's what I'm working on right now. So taking those out will let me got a coffee, take a break. I may have to try a different camera if the R50 is not going to do it for me. In terms of setting size. Okay. Okay, let's see if that's the right one. Yes. So that's another E12. I don't remember the torque spec on these. I will look that up before I put them back in, but now this one's a little bit off. I want to make sure I got that. I'm using that extension more for display, but oh boy. Oh boy. Did somebody cross-thread that? Who could it have been? Who could it have been? I will have to look in the mirror and see. Oh boy. No, not cross-threaded, just a little schmutz in there. I may put, I just don't remember if I put anti-seize in there. It might not be a bad idea when I go to put these back in. Okay. Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. Okay. So what I want to do is set these aside in the proper order. So that is the second one in. I'm going to take the first one. That's going to take if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to avoid taking out the air filter. If I have to, I will, but I will do that offline or after the end of this. So no questions coming in. I guess I got nobody watching. Again. Yeah, maybe someday. I don't know. I don't know. If you're watching this after the fact, what would you like to see from my garage? Yeah, it's gonna make me do it. I should check it anyway. And these are star bolts. I think anyway. Porsche uses these funky half-turn screws. They're injection molded plastic. They go in one way and usually don't come out the same way. But, oh, yeah. So let me show that, what I'm talking about here. So generally, you have to line up the teat that's on this with the other thing, if memory serves me right, and then it'll come out. Same thing over here. I think that's what you do. I think that's what you do. And then with some gentle persuasion, yeah, okay, that's what it is. I had forgotten. So there's a slot here that goes down in, and you basically line it up with that, and then you're good. So I'm going to put these in the plastic tray, or the metallic tray, but all right, now that I have that lined up, it's going to make me a lot. Here it comes. You have to be very careful with these because with a lot of practice, but there we go, see? People will, if you're not careful with them, you'll break them, and I'm sure Porsche charges $10 or $15 for that each. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I may be due for air filters, I don't know. Yeah. And this is where the jigsaw puzzle starts. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera a little bit, and we're going to remove that. We got to remove this cover. These are there you go. You know when these are ready when they pop out like that. Since I have the other side out, that pops out like that. And as you can see, I haven't detailed this engine in a while. But now it's sheer embarrassment is forcing my hand. Okay, there we go. I'm not a big fan of taking these out because it's just a bear to get them back in. And Mr. Shorty Pants. Here we go. Yep. Okay. Ah! I knew that was going to happen. Nothing like watching me break my hip on live TV. Sorry, the PCV valve is giving me trouble here, and I just don't remember how to take this off. Maybe I had it and didn't realize it. There's a green, let me show you what's going on. There's a green thing here, and I believe I had that, it was off of it. You see, it's hard to see, but there's a slot there. I think if I take that off, that's the locking mechanism. We're about to find out. Ugh, this camera is being... I may have just ruined the camera. Unbelievable. Yeah, you drop the camera enough and this is what happens. I need flawless execution, and it just wasn't meant to be today. I do swear. Okay, good. Just lost its way, and when all else fails. So, yeah, you can see it right here. There's this little green thing, and I believe I need to move that slot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I know it comes off. Okay, it's now off. But that freaking hose does not want to come off. Ugh. Oh, come on. How is that in there? Something's about to get broken. I'm just saying. Frig. Well, I just can't tell how to get that off. I just can't tell. So we're going to keep going. Oh, well, we got it out of the... The purpose of doing that was to get it out of the way so I could do this. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. Yeah. Okay. So that's two. You have to be very careful lifting these out. You don't want to break the connection, but they're almost stuck in there. I hate to do it. Hate to do it. But this plastic tool is perfect for just getting underneath there. Oh boy. Here we go. Sometimes you just need to use an old-fashioned screwdriver. Okay, so that's two down, two to go. Okay. That's just the easiest way to do it. Stick a good old-fashioned screwdriver underneath it, and it comes right out. Okay. This one's a little tricky. You know, nobody looks for me all weekend. And there we go. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. So I think we're going to be able to pull that out. Okay. That's four down. Now, this is a job. This coil packs, I'm going to have to do that very soon on the Cadillac. That'll be another upcoming project. But the priority right now is to get the Audi's timing chain done, if nothing more than peace of mind. Okay, so we're in good shape here. We've got all four of those removed. Let's do a survey here, okay? Let's hope the cord works. It seems to be. Okay. So we have the four coil packs out. And now it's just a matter of me going around and taking these, again, female bolts, if you will. I got to go all around, top and bottom, and remove those. So, and that's probably a really good shot of what's going on down there. You can see, let me try to put my light, but back in here is where all the oil is leaking. And so in the long form video I'll show that, but generally that's what's happening. And then, do I have a better light? No. Okay. Bear with me for another second. Let me get this done. Yeah, there we go. All right, another shot of it here. Maybe that'll help. But down where my finger is pointing here is where the oil is leaking. So it's the right call to do this. Now it's just a matter of me going around, taking those bolts out, and going from there. Okay. And we're right up on the hour. So that's today's live stream. I'm going to keep working on this. I'm going to film it more, and that way we've got a good documented process on how to do this on the passenger side. I will put a link in the description later on the driver's side that I did a couple years ago if you're looking to do this job, and I'll update that one with this link once I post it. So it's a beautiful day here in the Northeast. I hope you can get out and enjoy it. Doesn't look like I had many people watching live. If you did, I appreciate it. I would have improved if you could comment. That would have been better. We'll be back next Saturday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next Saturday, but we'll see. And look for that schedule. At a minimum, if you're watching this after the fact, if you enjoyed the content, please press the like button and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm spread this to more enthusiasts like you and me. And if you haven't considered it already, I encourage you to subscribe. I'm pushing 4,600 subscribers as we speak. It costs you nothing, but it helps fund this channel so I can do things and pay for the parts needed for these 4 cars, and as well as the equipment to document everything. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Get out there and drive. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Take care.